Hello, my name is Sean. Welcome to the channel. And today I want to talk tech and I want to talk about tech buying from a beginner's perspective when it comes to things like smartwatches, phones, and things of that nature. And I want to start off with a smartwatch. And this smartwatch right here, this is the Apple Series 10 smartwatch, the Apple Watch. I bought this during Prime Week or Prime Day this last month. So I've had this watch about a month and 6 days actually. And my expectations for this watch was actually pretty high, and I should have brought that expectation to a lower standards because this watch isn't the type of smart I thought it was. This is a watch first and foremost. Before anything else, yeah, it could track your health, it could track your heart rate, it could do all these things, but at the end of the day, it is a watch before it's anything else. You can do some social media, some video watching, music watching. You can talk to on the phone with this, but at the end of the day, it's a watch. And I kind of didn't have that expectation. I thought it was going to be so much better than any other watch I've owned. And I haven't owned a watch in about 20 years. That's how long it's been since I've actually owned a watch. But I really never needed one because I had a smartphone. It was a watch on that phone. But as I started working at jobs where I really couldn't have my phone out, it started becoming more and more prevalent to have a watch and preferably a smartwatch where I could do all my music and video watching without having to pull my phone out of my pocket and get seen by my bosses. But there's also some things that you can't do with this phone, like scroll the internet. It's good for people who don't like doom scrolling, who hate it. You want to get something like this where you really can't doom scroll. When I first got the watch, maybe the first day, I tried some couple apps and I wanted to see what was on it. Siri just popped up in case you wonder why I looked down like that and see if I could scroll the internet. And no, you can't. There's some apps that let you do it, but it's really janky, really bad, and you don't really want to be looking on the internet on a screen like this because it's very, very small, and you will strain the hell out of your eyes. Ask me how I know. Now I did have a face protector on this watch. I just took it off the other day because it was damaged. You see the camera's trying to focus on me, so I had to pull it off, and yeah, it just wouldn't let me unlock um the watch. It got, lifted off the face of this and then I put it back down and after that apparently it was scratched. No clue how it got scratched, but it had to go because I wanted to actually unlock my watch. And when I shot a video, the always on screen was actually locked out. And I think it's because the face got lifted up. It's hard to really just show y'all how this is. I had to put this on backwards. It probably would flip it anyways, just to be able to show you the time and all that stuff. But yeah, I had to temper my expectation because I think maybe in my mind, from watching so many YouTubers talking about how amazing smartwatches are and all the things you can do on there, I'm thinking I'm going to be like James Bond, Inspector Gadget. I'm gonna be doing or Penny from Inspector Gadget and be doing all types of crazy stuff on my watch. Nope, you're not doing any of that. The coolest thing you can do on here is talk on the phone. Like second day I owned the watch, my phone was actually damaged. My homeboy called me and boom, I'm talking. I'm like, yo, bro, give me a second. I'm on my Apple Watch. He was like, oh, so you a Power Ranger now? I'm like, very funny. You're very hilarious. You know I didn't watch that, but yeah, I'm talking on the phone. He said, so what is Zordon saying you need to do? I'm like, all right, bet, cut it out. I'm not really familiar with your jokes, but you're very funny. But yeah, it was actually quite hilarious at the time because I was talking on the watch and he don't own a smartwatch. Kind of up there in age. I'm not really into that type of stuff. But here I am now. I use this almost every time I need to take a phone call. Pull out the watch. Mostly because my phone is damaged and the battery is not charging. So this is not giving me a choice. But it's very convenient. Still learning some of the things you can do on here. See the screen actually turned off. But if I flick my wrist, it should be with the flick of the wrist because I do have that. You can turn the screen on. It turned back on. It's supposed to be always on. I don't know why it just cuts off whenever it feels like it, but it does. It's very annoying because I want to be able to see the time when I'm wearing this thing, and I don't want to have to have to figure out why it's not telling me the time. But there's a few accessories I want to buy for this. I want to get a stand where I could charge it next to my bed while having to worry about it falling off the charger and me accidentally yanking it off when I'm getting up to do all my daily activities. Now, I've worn it to sleep. I've got my sleep rating maybe once with this, but I'm not too keen on wearing this to sleep every night because this thing is uncomfortable. I actually have it quite loose on my wrist because this is uncomfortable. And something that I also learned while I was cooking the other week while wearing this. I just haven't had it on all day, and I would lift my wrist like this, and when I'm cooking, pouring a bowl or whatever the hell, got my wrist up like this, and the button for Siri pops right up, and started trying to, you know, be in my business. I had to cut it off, like, ah, get out of here, get out of my face. I don't got time for you. I'm trying to cook something up. So I did notice that I had to back the watch off my wrist. It was actually pretty close to my hand, and when I did like that, so yeah, that was one thing I found very interesting. And I had actually owned the watch for a month at the time when I noticed that, and I was like, oh, that's really peculiar. I never really seen anybody say anything about manipulating things with your wrist and having accidentally press the buttons on your watch. So that's something I got to keep in mind while I'm rocking this thing. What position it is on my wrist. Now, this is really supposed to be a short video. I already recorded this several times just to make sure I'm actually keeping it short. So, this is a question for you smartwatch wearers, the people that have been in the game since day one. What do you do with your Apple Watch? Because I'm still trying to find some of the applications I can use to make this an everyday wearable. I don't wear it every day because it's actually quite uncomfortable on my wrist knuckles. My wrists are actually quite thin for somebody of my stature and muscularity. I have a very thin wrist, and this buds against my wrist knuckles, busting my knuckles up for the first week or two. I didn't wear it. Wore it that one day, and my wrist was feeling like it went through hell. I'm like, nah, I can't keep going through this. This is crazy. So yeah, I had to get it off my wrist for a couple of days. I'm back to wearing it. I wore it to the gym, did my gym thing. Did it track my workout? I don't know because I didn't know how to set that up. I didn't want to bother with it. I know what I'm doing after all these years in the gym. I don't need a watch to tell me, but it did track my sleep. And apparently, I only got like 2 hours of REM sleep. And if y'all know, that is the real sleep that makes sure you get rest. So I've been extremely restless the last couple of months, getting stressed out. And my watch is like, yo, bro, you're not getting enough sleep. And I'm like, I know, I'm trying to get it. And I'm going on a tangent. I need to cut it out. But y'all gotta let me know what it is y'all rock in your apps on your smartwatch because I want to rock it every day. I want to use it every day. I want to use it more than just a watch, even though this is a watch first, smart second. That's all I gotta say as a first time smartwatch owner. I don't really know how to, use it other than tracking my health, tracking my sleep, and wearing it as a is intended as a watch. I want to do other crazy things, like you know I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. Tell me in the comments, like, subscribe, and come see what else I learned how to do with this watch. Watch this space, I guess. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.